Welcome to episode 5, where we visit Kerkera or Corfu. In this jam-packed episode, I discover Corfu Old Town on my own. I take you on an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the ship's bridge and try out the menu at Morimoto by sea. And I experience my first ever orange party on board Holland America Line. Yesterday, we left the breathtakingly beautiful port of Kotor to head to Corfu, our port of call for today. While you can walk from the cruise terminal to the ship, there is a complimentary port bus available. There's no shore excursion for me today, so my plan was to spend some time exploring Corfu Old Town on my own. You can get to the Old Town from the cruise port by taxi or hop-on hop-off bus, but I took the most affordable transport, the Blue Bus, which is the local transport between the port and the Old Town. For a detailed guide to Corfu, then check out my separate blog post and upcoming video. But here are some of the highlights of what you can see and do in Corfu in a day. I began my tour at the Annunziata Church Tower, before wandering to the nearby Voulismas Square with its small Venetian-era well. I came here specifically to hunt down Pericles Alexis Dairy Shop. Unfortunately, I was here too early to try their famed galactoburio, which is phyllo pastry filled with custard, icing sugar and cinnamon. So I made my way to the Voulismas Pastry Shop. This bakery offers a signature treat called boulseviki, an aromatic sweet concoction covered with serrano cream. They also sell Corfu's iconic kumquat liqueur. One of Corfu's delights is a small but unassuming cafe called Stasi Meli, which literally translates to dripping with honey. A shop dedicated to making loukoumades, honey-soaked donuts, introduced by the Venetians. If you've seen episode 1, you'll remember these from my food tour of Athens, but these were much better, and so was a Greek coffee, which helped to fuel my continued wanderings throughout the Old Town. Then I headed up Guildford Street to the Porta Remonta district, an area of old Venetian mansions and pretty facades. There's also some great restaurants up here if you fancy a longer stop. Then I headed back towards the coast and Gorica Bay. Nearby is Spianada Square, which is the largest square in the Balkans, with lush gardens covering over 84,000 square metres. Although I didn't have the time nor the inclination to climb the old fortress today, if you do want to climb it, then head out as early as you can, as it offers incredible views of the town, Gorica Bay and the Epirus Mountains. If you wander a little further to the other end of Spianada Square, the Garden of the People, here you can admire the fortress as well as Vido Island and Faliraki, a popular spot with the locals for cocktails and swimming. This iron staircase is also known as the Queen's Ladder, and it used to help the royals and nobles descend to Faliraki Beach, but unfortunately it's no longer safe to use. After this, I wandered around the garden of the Palace of St Michael and St George, which now houses the Museum of Asian Art. And it also offers plenty of picturesque photo spots. Nearby, you'll find Liston. Modelled after Paris's Rue de Rivoli, the Liston Colonnade is a perfect place for a coffee break and some photos, and it's a must-visit place in the Old Town. There was just time for a bit of a wander around the shops on Nikiforo Theokotis Street before heading back to Spila Square to catch the number 16 bus back to port. While I would have loved to explore Corfu Old Town a little further, I had to head back to the ship because I'd been invited to a behind-the-scenes tour of the ship's bridge. Captain Beinhardt provided us with some fascinating insights into navigation, pilot operations at different ports, the ship's navigation systems and instruments on the bridge, although much of it did go in one ear and out the other, but nevertheless it was fascinating to get a behind-the-scenes look at this part of the ship and how Oosterdam navigates its way in and out of port, along with how courses are set and adapted, and the importance of remembering that someone might always be looking down at you at your balcony, so be careful what you do. And when the opportunity for a shot with a captain's hat presents itself, you have to take it. We all thought it was best to leave the captain and his team do what they do best and not interfere any further. But we really enjoyed the brief visit to the bridge, and thanks so much to the bridge and PR team for organising this great visit. Dinner this evening was at Morimoto by Sea, which features fresh, contemporary Asian cuisine. The 3-course menu was outstanding and is a must if you enjoy Asian cuisine and seafood. In particular, I highly recommend the sushi plate, the Angry Lobster Pad Thai, the mashed potato with wasabi and the dark chocolate sphere. After such an amazing meal, it was time for a Holland America Line tradition, which is one of the highlights on each Holland America Line voyage. The biggest Dutch party at sea, the Orange Party. The celebrations this evening also included some Dutch dishes in the main dining room. After dinner, we joined a bar hop hosted by the beverage team, and Isa, our hostess, certainly got the party spirit and the fun going. We started off with the Crow's Nest and then made our way to the Ocean Bar and then to the Seaview Bar and ended our night with everyone else in the main Orange Party event around the Lido pool, which was also attended by the captain and officers. It was really great to see everyone dressed in orange and was an amazing way to end our bar hop. Join me in episode 6 where we're at sea once again, which means it's another jam-packed day on board Oosterdam. After the crushing realisation that disembarkation is not that far away, I headed to one of the enrichment presentations and discover what's involved behind this city at sea. Holland America Line opens the bow again for us to enjoy some scenic sailing through the Messina Strait. I take the opportunity to try out the dining experience in the main dining room, from breakfast, lunch and the gala dinner, and I find out that Holland America Line really loves to serve you cake, and I enjoy a wonderful evening of entertainment across all the venues on board. And stay tuned for the volcanic highlight of the voyage, a moment I'll never forget. If you found this video useful, then please like and subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Instagram, links in the description below, or watch some more of my Oosterdam content now.